All right, guys. Got AJ back on the channel. AJ, I find you extremely interesting in the fact that you're at a location that I'm actually looking into going to.
Yeah.
So we're going to dive into Thailand, do a deep dive into Thailand with a guy who's got a lot of experience there. Stick around for today's video.
Pure and free. Through the lens I dance with thee.
All right, AJ, I appreciate coming back on the channel again.
Thank you.
And guys, check out AJ's channel. Super informative for Thailand and just traveling around. You have a lot of information out there. What is your channel's name one more time?
Angela Wallace, the Nomad Recruiter.
And there will be a link in the description and also the pinned comment. So what kind of advice would you give a guy like, I've been here 9 years. I've been to Thailand a few times. I even had a Thai girlfriend, which ended up not working out because I just couldn't find any good paying jobs there at the time. This was back in 2016. But now I want to go give it a shot because I feel like we're almost in the same position. Like you feel like you kind of get a little bored or tired. You want to try something new, and I feel the same way. What advice would you give to a new guy? A new guy landing in Thailand, what would you tell them?
New person coming to Thailand, I definitely would research cities that match your personality. Each city is for a different person. I think sometimes we see a lot of the influencers in Bangkok, and you know, I talk to people and they're just like, I'm coming to Bangkok, and I'm like, why? And it's like, oh, because I saw my favorite influencer shoot a video there. And it's just like, well, for a place like Pattaya, let's just say Pattaya, which is only 2 hours away, you may be a beach person. There's no beaches in Bangkok. True. So, you know, if you want to wake up to the beautiful beaches, which me and Jovi did when we lived in Pattaya, it's gorgeous. And like Pattaya is it's quiet, it's relaxed, it's not much foot traffic. You know, there's no BTS, there's no trains. And it's a little less tense when it comes to the routes. You know, you can get away sometimes riding your motorcycle without a helmet, or you know, you get away with some things, you know, sometimes from time to time. But I would say research the location that fits your personality, because in Chiang Mai you're gonna get a lot of nomads, and in Phuket you're gonna get a lot more. They call it the white Bali. That's what they call it. You know, so it's a lot more Australians, Germans going to Phuket, where in Pattaya, in certain areas, you're going to get a huge number of Indians and a huge number of Russians as well. So I think just starting off, and then it depends on what your budget is. One thing I will say is you can get better quality of living in smaller locations like Pattaya or Hoi Hin, or where you can find, like we had a house in Pattaya for $200 a month with 45 square meters right on the beach. And, you know, it was an older building, but I mean, who cares? You know, it's $200 a month, and you're not in the house all day. You know, the great thing about a place like Pattaya, we were eating at a place called Terminal 21, which is
I know it well.
Very famous. We have two in Bangkok and one in Pattaya, and we have this food court called Pier 21 where meals are $2, you know, a day. So I mean, you're able to, you know, if you're someone bringing in $5,000-$10,000 a month, you're able to 10x. You know, I mean, imagine just spending $2 on a meal. You can eat out every day, and that's a privilege that I think that the 1% has in America, because we don't see a lot of Americans going out to restaurants on a daily. When I grew up in a poor family. My mom would take us once every 3 months to Olive Garden or Ponderosa, or you know, or Golden Corrals, you know. So you know, a lot of buffet restaurants. But so I feel like it's a luxury to be able. And I'm not talking about, you know, sometimes when people hear $1-2 meal, they're thinking like, oh, you're just eating rice. No, we're eating sushi. We're eating, you know, we're eating lobster. We're eating crab. We're eating, you know, we have steaks, like meats with steaks and rice. It's a huge luxury that you're not getting back home at the end of the day. So I would just say find out what works for you location-wise. If you are someone that can't deal with traffic, don't do it. If you can't deal with a lot of people, or air pollution is bad, or if you have asthma, a place like Bangkok may not be the best location for you.
When would you say Bangkok is a good spot for people? What type of person do you think Bangkok is as a single guy who wants to date? Bangkok is better.
That's a really good question. Personally, yeah. I mean, yes, your options are going to be 10x. I think in Bangkok, for every man, there's 5, maybe I think 5 to 8 women for every man, like ratio for
real women.
Well, yeah, you're gonna have a few, and to my surprise, you're starting to see a high number of foreigners, dating a lot more transgenders in Thailand. It wasn't something I was seeing when I first arrived over, but now you're seeing it more and more frequently. Where I felt like at the time when I first got there, people were still being very secretive about it. And now it's becoming a well-known thing. And I'm not going to lie, me and my girlfriend, we always say all the time, the lady boys are extremely beautiful. They're gorgeous. And it's just like,
when they're too beautiful, that's when you're
That's when you know. That's when you know. Me and Jovi has a joke we always play. I used to ask her, was she a lady because she was really pretty. I was like, are you a lady boy? She didn't understand it. So I'm like, I'm living in Thailand. But I will say, yes. You have your apps, you have your Tinder, you have your Bumble, you have your OkCupid, you have your Coffee Meets Bagels, you got I can't forget the other one that's really, so it's a lot of dating apps. Thai friendly as well. I think that when you meet, I guess it depends on what you're looking for dating wise. You will come across a lot of, just like Manila, and you're gonna come off a lot of well-off Asian women sometimes, where they may not be as submissive. They could be a little, I guess, Americanized in their ways of dating sometimes. But yes, I think your odds would be much higher trying to date in Bangkok. But do be mindful that you got to ask yourself, what are you looking for? Are you looking for someone to be submissive? Are you looking for someone to be pretty? There's situations where I've had colleagues who have beautiful girlfriends, but they spoke no English, or I have colleagues that have beautiful partners, but they didn't know work around the house. So it's just a matter of what you're looking for. I feel that, but when you go to your areas like Pattaya, when you get on Tinder, 90% of the women are going to be hookers or prostitutes, kind of like angels, I would assume as well. So, my advice for dating wise, I always tell guys, go meet someone at their job. That's the best thing you can do. Go to that massage parlor, go to that shopping mall, go to the dentist, go meet them at work. Because that is going to increase your chances even more of finding someone. And then when you find out how much they're making, you can decide on if you want to. And that's a good topic that we should talk about, because a lot of guys don't know. They're always wondering, like, should I make my girlfriend quit her job? Because she's only making $200-300 a month. I could just pay her that. And that's a good question,
Right, especially for maybe guys like us who are
who constantly
moving, digital nomads, where they could be an asset to helping us out. I need that myself, actually, somebody to edit and do it. Like,
we met, I mean, like it was I've been traveling for the last 10 years. As you know, I lived in Brazil, lived in Colombia, I was in Argentina. Then I made my way to Eastern Europe. I was in Romania, Serbia. I've been moving around. I dated a few women. And then I realized with my lifestyle, I need someone that can move with me. And I discovered that almost 4 years ago. And it kept being challenging to find. So then I just thought I need to probably start looking in certain areas to find women like that.
But with the Filipina, the passport is probably their passport's more challenging. To be honest, I almost gave up when my girlfriend got denied entry. As someone who has traveled to over 100 countries, I was already ready to pull it. I was like, I'm not doing this, because I thought it was going to be a lot of challenges, but I stayed hopeful. And it was just, my girlfriend was just extremely rare to find on the market. It was just extremely rare for me to find someone like her. So it was just worth the effort at the end of the day. Would you say it's as easy as a black guy to date in Thailand or the Philippines?
Yeah, being
I
black.
asked you this
So when it comes to the race of people, like for far as like there are different types of blacks and there are different types of whites. I'll put it this way. There are your younger black guys and your younger white guys that come to Thailand. They just want to party. They want to party. They want to sleep with hookers. And then you have your older white guys and your older black guys.
Yep.
They usually get them like a woman that takes care of them.
Sure.
And then you have someone like me, I was an innovation consultant, intern at Deloitte, got my master's degree, University of Sydney Business School, graduated top of my class. I'm dating like, la creme de la creme, the top of the line type of women, so I'm, if you look at a lot of my past girlfriends, a lot of them were models. They worked at corporate jobs, like the GM, Chrysler, so Deloitte. So I'm dating a lot more higher, upper echelon women. For me, as like the category that I fall into, So I guess and I try to say that, I guess politely for some people, I could say, okay, you have your ghetto black guys and you have your country redneck white guys.
Oh, yeah.
And then you put me, the black educated guy, the articulate one, and it's just like my caliber of women are completely different, politely saying it, without being offensive, just to give clarity, because some people may say, he keeps saying he's a different black guy. What does he mean? And I'm like, well, let me break it down for you,
Yeah, gotcha. So, what would you tell guys as far as dating tips, if you're going to give them tips for dating a Thai girl?
Yep.
Because a lot of them, there are some advantages to having a Thai girlfriend there, right? Because she can help you she knows how things work there. She knows the language. There's also advantages to having a Filipina come.
Yep.
But I know that Thai women really want you to be there. They don't want to do this long distance thing. Well, is there any difference or tips you would tell a guy, like, if you want to date a Thai girl, you should really understand this? Or...
If you're looking to move to Thailand, the best time to try to really talk to them is 2 weeks before you go over.
2 weeks.
I think trying to get in touch with them 2-3 months in advance, the conversation's going to dry down, and of course they're going to be sleeping with a lot of other men while you're speaking to them. They got to pay their bills. There are other guys. They're already there, so they're not going to really give you their full commitment.
Right.
As in the Philippines with Jovi, she gave me her full commitment. We talked from morning time, afternoon, nighttime. We showered together, literally cameras on the shower. We were on the call 24/7.
Let's keep this G-rated.
Keep it G-rated. We were on the call 24/7. She was fully committed to me. She's calling me, checking on me, emailing me day and night. So that is extremely rare or hard to find in Thailand, unless you probably target a province area, which is what's gonna be important is to put your Thai women to test. You're gonna have to give them tests to see if they're really for you, or if it's real or faux. You're gonna have to test them out.
What would that?
Yeah. So one thing is, you should try to see eventually down the line where they live. There are Thai women that I dated before I was in a relationship that were married. And but their husbands wasn't able to give them the quality of life that is affordable in Bangkok.
Sure.
So I dated some married women. There are also women. I will put them to a test when I didn't have money. I would see what they would say in situations like like when I would go to a coffee shop and say I forgot my wallet. Maybe not something. So it doesn't have to be rocket expensive, but just to see if they're willing to spend some type of money on me or some type of effort. What made me fall in love with my girlfriend is she purchased her own ticket to Thailand. So I bought her first flight. Oh. Yeah, I bought her first flight and it got denied. She paid her own savings to come to Thailand for me. I didn't buy it. And I didn't tell her to do it as well. So yeah.
And just to clarify, the first one she was offloaded, she was traveling by herself.
By herself.
And the second time you came out and then you traveled.
The second time we found a friend for her to travel with.
Oh,
that already had more credibility to come to Thailand.
Okay, so that definitely helps.
That's one option, yeah.
With
and we changed the location she flew out of as well. So it was more challenging to fly out of Manila, so we switched it to Angel Cebu. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Perfect. Well, great.
Yeah. So that's a good point.
That's a lot of good information.
Yeah.
Do you? I guess the last thing about Thai women, do you feel like they are also testing you? Like they really want to make sure you're not just a tourist there for a month, or? Yeah,
Thai women are going to constantly, they're going to constantly, they're going to test you. They're going to, the thing that most Thai women don't take foreigners serious because so many foreigners come and go. So they're gonna ask you what's your visa. They're gonna want to see your visa stamp. So that is something, and they're gonna constantly ask you through your dating application. They're gonna constantly ask you what type of visa you have. They're gonna constantly ask you how long are you gonna be here. That's gonna be a constant question. One thing I used to put on my dating profile, you like foreigner living here, working here, visa. I have a visa. You know, I would because it was a frequent asked question.
Sure.
If you were looking for something more serious, Thai women are extremely beautiful, intelligent women, and they're very down to earth. And one thing I will say is they fall in love pretty quick. So things do move extremely fast.
That happens here too. Yeah,
it happens here, but it's a little, you know, I guess maybe living in Thailand and having options to so many things to do.
Sure.
It's like, I think, you know, it just speeds up the process a little more. And I love it that Thai women are down to go with the flow. But going back to our previous debate, you're going to meet a lot of people who are only making $300 a month. And it's going to get to a point where you're going to want to move around. And if this person has passed all your tests and you feel like you can trust them, I think it's better to just tell them that, hey, go ahead and quit this job, and you know, I'm just gonna fully take care of you at the end of the day. And you know, because it just makes life so much easier. Me and my girlfriend, we wanted to go to Vietnam. We just spontaneously booked the flight. It was $50, and we were gone. We didn't have to ask her boss. We didn't have to see if she needed permission to take off. We didn't have to do any of those things at the end of the day. And you don't want to be going through that when you're living a life of freedom at the end of the day as well.
Exactly. Last question here. We talked about if you really are a single guy and you're really wanting to date, your numbers and stuff are going to be much better for Bangkok.
Yeah.
What would be the other bonuses of living in Bangkok?
Yeah.
As far as like
you really feel like, you know, man, you really feel like, let's say you're somebody I'm from Detroit, so I'm used to 8 inches of snow. I'm used to a population of plus size people. Everyone's big. I was telling my girlfriend I'm skinny in Detroit. She was like, "What?" I'm like, "Yes, I'm a 2X, I'm a 3X. I'm skinny." You know, like cause I'm like it's 8Xs, it's 10Xs where I'm from.
Sure.
So it's just like, you know, and you're waking up to snow every day. You're waking up to traffic. You got apartment complexes that doesn't have amenities. You go to Bangkok, you feel like you just moved to San Antonio or Houston, or you feel like you just moved to downtown Los Angeles. I mean, you have a sky rise, you have a rooftop, you have a swimming pool, you have a co-working space, you have a full gym at your apartment. We don't have that many conveniences in America for the lower level class of living. There are people I know in Atlanta paying $2,000 a month, and they're still in a rough neighborhood. You don't have to worry about car insurance or a car note. I was paying almost $400 or $500 a month for car insurance. You know, man, you got to pay your car note. And then most importantly, I had to walk around with a gun every day when I lived in Michigan. You know, I was fully strapped and loaded, ready to go, extra clips. You know, so I say that. So you feel secure in Bangkok. You feel wealthy, and you wake up with this zen, like this positive energy, and it's always something to do. You can hop on a bike, you can grab your coffee, go out, grab breakfast, maybe go to some Muay Thai, go to the gym. You're going out to a nice, beautiful cafe on the water for lunch. You got a date here in the afternoon, and you may have another date at nighttime. You do have to understand that in Bangkok or in Thailand in general, men don't chase women, women chase men. So you are a prize in these locations where you may have 1, 2, sometimes three dates a day, depending on how your conversation goes as well. Now, you may say that could be exhausting, but I remember for me, when I was in America, I went on a date and I paid $400 for the first date. And you know, I tell this story all the time. You know, I spent $80 to fill up the gas tank. I spent like almost $20 for some roses, $20 for parking, and then we're in a restaurant ordering desserts and all this stuff. And I tell people at the end of the date, do you know what I got? I got a church hug. Do you know what a church hug is? A church hug is what you get like that. Yes. So, I got a church hug. I didn't even get a kiss on the cheek, really.
Wow.
And so in Bangkok, let's just say hypothetically, you got 2 or 3 dates. Okay, your first date may be a coffee in the morning. You may have a second date for lunch for maybe $10, $15.
Sure.
And then you may have a rooftop date that may just be drinks for $10. You just had 3 dates in one day, and you're not broke.
Right.
You went to the gym. You got you got your exercise in.
Yep.
You're coming home to a luxurious condo, high rise, city view. You're living like a king. You're living like a queen to the women out there as well.
Right,
So you're living like a king. You're living like a queen. So it's just like, man, you're waking up to a lifestyle that you dream of.
Yeah.
That's 10 times cheaper for you. Your dollar goes a long way, and most importantly, you look at time different. I used to be in America. I used to work almost 7 days a week. I was working 3 jobs, and man, I was going bald. I was going bald. People used to say I look 55. No offense, but I'm young. I'm like, people would say you look old, AJ. And I was like, man, I came here, and you start to look young. You feel young.
Yeah,
when you come to Thailand. So you dress young. You don't care about the whole corporate world.
Right.
I'm in flip-flops right now. I'm in sandals. I'm getting my manicures. I'm getting massages every day. I'm stress-free. And that's what you get in Bangkok. That's what you get in Thailand. That's what you get in Asia. And it's just it's a beautiful thing at the end of the day.
It's a beautiful life. We'll end it with that, guys. Check out AJ's channel in the description. Also, pin comment. Thanks, AJ.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you. Thank you.
See you guys next time. Ciao.
Bye-bye.
Got me with